Hello there, viewers, and welcome to this month's episode on Immigration Talks. My name is Hamilton Hank Bedwell, one of the visa advisors here at Enhanced Visa. Now, for this video, we're going to be taking a deeper look into Canada's Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, also known as the AIPP. But of course, before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to get the latest immigration updates from Enhanced Visa. And if you have enjoyed or learned a lot from our videos, which I trust you have, feel free to hit the notification bell to see more of our content. Got it? Great. Now let's get started. The Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, or AIPP, is one among many immigration streams created by Canada to facilitate migration for foreign skilled workers. But what makes AIPP different from other pilot programs? That is the question. The answer, dear viewers, is in the letter A. What do I mean by that? The A in AIPP stands for Atlantic Canada, that is, and that is a group of four provinces located on the Atlantic coast, excluding Quebec. Now, what are the four Atlantic provinces? These are the three maritime provinces of Canada, and that is New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and the easternmost province of Newfoundland and Labrador. The AIPP was created specifically for these four provinces. So, what is the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program? As we have previously mentioned, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot is an employer-driven program that creates or facilitates the hiring of foreign workers. So, how many of you here you want to work as a foreign worker in Canada? Just comment on the section below and we'll keep in touch with you. Now, as I continue, all principal applicants arriving in Canada under the pilot program must have a job offer from a designated employer and an individualized settlement plan for themselves and their families. All right, so if you got that, great. If you haven't, just scroll back. Those are two main things you need to have. So the two important things to remember about AIPP is, number one, it is employer driven. Again, it is employer driven. This means that you need to be able to find an employer in Canada who will be willing to sponsor you for permanent residency in one of the Atlantic provinces. That's number one. Number two, not all employers are qualified. Not all employers are qualified. Only employers who have been designated, again, only employers who have been designated in the program can hire and sponsor interested foreign workers. Now, about this pilot, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot is a pathway to permanent residency. So if you're one, aspiring to become permanent resident in Canada, listen carefully. This pathway is to, facilitate your becoming a permanent resident, and this is for skilled foreign workers and international graduates who want to work and live in one of Canada's four Atlantic provinces. Now, we have mentioned earlier, this is an employer-driven program. Again, this is an employer-driven program, and it is designed to help employers in Atlantic Canada hire qualified candidates for jobs they have been unable to fill locally. But don't forget, not all employers are qualified. This is because only employers who have proven that they were unable to find qualified candidates locally are allowed to seek candidates internationally. Let me say that again. This is because this is for employers who have proven that they were unable to find qualified candidates locally, that now they are allowed to seek candidates internationally. That's very important to consider. Now, to immigrate to Atlantic Canada through the pilot, you must, here are the three things you need to remember. Number one, you must be a foreign skilled worker who meets the program requirements. Number two, be living abroad or already be in Canada temporarily. Number three, receive a job offer from a designated employer in Atlantic Canada. All right, you got the three things. Now, there are three programs in the pilot. Listen carefully. You may qualify for more than one program. Let's see, but you can only apply through one. You can't apply through the three simultaneously, just one. Now, all three programs require you to show proof that you meet the language, education, work experience requirements, and that you have enough money to support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. Now, in general, you must, first one is Atlantic International Graduate Program. There are very few things. There are a few things you have to remember. The first is you must have a degree, you must have a diploma or other credentials from a publicly funded institution in an Atlantic province. Secondly, you must have lived in an Atlantic province for at least 16 months in the 2 years before getting your degree, your diploma, or credential. Next is you must take a language test to show that you can communicate in English or French. And then lastly, you must be able to show that you can support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. Now, work experience is not required for international graduates hired through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot. The second one is Atlantic High Skilled Program. Now, in general, you must, listen carefully, number one, if you want to take this program, you must have worked in management, a professional or technical or skilled job for at least 1 year. Next is you must have at least a Canadian high school diploma or equivalent education. Next is you must take a language test to show that you can communicate in English or French. And of course, you can show that you can support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. The employer, of course, must also meet certain requirements. And then thirdly, the Atlantic Intermediate Skilled Program. Now, what are the requirements? In general, you must have worked in a job that requires a high school education and or job specific training for at least 1 year. Secondly, you must have at least a Canadian high school diploma or equivalent education. You must take a language test to show that you can communicate in English or French. And lastly, you must be able to show that you can support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. It's also very important that the employer must also meet certain requirements. Now, Atlantic Canada might not be a popular choice for Filipinos, with the majority of Filipino Canadians residing in the provinces of Ontario, say British Columbia, Alberta. But there's one thing you need to remember: Atlantic Canada just might be the starting ground in which you can build a solid foundation in Canada. What is important, my friends, is that you are already in Canada. Now, employment prospects are good in this region. The cost of living is so much lower than in other Canadian provinces, and crime is almost non-existent. One of the safest places you could possibly go and live in this planet. Bring your family. And if this is something that gets you excited and your future is, hey, you know what, this sounds good for me and my family, I want to go to Canada, I want to build my life in Canada, well, you know what to do. You know what to do. Just leave us a comment right now. Just leave us a comment right now. If you know somebody who might have the same dreams and aspirations to immigrate to Canada for themselves and for their family, you can tag them. You can just leave their emails, and guess what? We will contact you. We will help you. All right, so we will respond to all your comments. If you've got some questions, I'm sure you've got some questions. If this is your dream, you have lots of questions. Yes? All right, so if you get lots of questions, just comment on the comment section, and before you leave a comment to us, and we will keep in touch with you. All right, this has been Hamilton Hank Paduel. Until our next video, bye-bye.